you are staying where you are, you better be confident that God wants you there because He's already told you to go. So my team, we were in North Africa. I think the first word that comes to mind is heavy. And I think being in a place where there are very little Christians, it feels like the spiritual atmosphere feels very, very heavy. I remember just like walking through different streets, and as we prayed over different places, there was this like tangible heaviness. And I remember just feeling like such a burden for the need of the people there. So we were talking to this global worker. We were having this conversation. We were eating dinner. I think some of my colleagues were on the fence, or we were not. They were still trying to see what the Lord had for them within global work. Somehow we got to this point where I asked him, hey, but why should people go? It was just like long silence. And he just said, because there is 2 billion people who don't know Jesus. And I think I was expecting maybe a different answer, but I think just the simple, there's 2 billion people that don't know the love of Jesus, that don't know the transformation and the hope and the purpose that He provides. Is that not enough reason to go? If you're staying where you are, you better be confident that God wants you there because He's already told you to go. I think my life is different now because throughout the trip, I was giving very practical steps. I came back from the trip and I was like, okay, I want to go overseas. I know the Lord wants me to. And so I want to really focus on language learning. That was a big thing on the trip. Like, language is so important to communicate the gospel, to communicate love, to communicate respect. And so I've been doing a lot of language learning lessons. My perspective on global work has completely changed, especially in these countries where there is an established church. And it doesn't look like building orphanages. It doesn't look like I'm preaching to like thousands of people. It really starts with the groundwork of relationship building, of prayer walks, of this foundational work that is like so important. And it's hard because there's hardly any visible fruit. But if no one does it and no one starts that foundational work, then there's nothing to build on. I think my biggest hesitation about going on this trip was kind of what would people think? Are people going to think I'm just like trying to get on all these trips? Are people just thinking I'm just going to do it for the fun? I just remember reminding myself like what the Lord has said, and reminding myself like the reason why I was going on this trip was not because I was trying to please people, because I was trying to do this and this. No, the Lord said to go on this trip. I believe that He wants me to take this step of faith, and so I'm going to do that no matter what. I think I would say to remember your why. Don't let fear of man, like, you're always going to be afraid of man if you're always thinking of that. Don't let your finances, if the Lord wants you to go, He's going to provide a way. Don't let any of that get in your way. Just remember the why. What's the purpose of this trip?